Oh man, boy, I had a hard day today. Let me get there through this. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, man? I'm doing good, Dominique. Can't complain. I wish I had crazy names. A single cab. I mean, what else can you do? A ported box? You got a single cab, you ain't got a whole lot of space, so you get a ported box, me behind the seat. What's up, Louis? What's up, man? How you doing? Blessed to you and your family too, Ray Mounted. Is 50 watts RMS at 2 ohms enough to run a single DD2508? In what way? I mean, I think out of the impedance rise, you probably get 1500 watts. Make it go into it. I would have no problem with 2 on an M2500, nor 2 on a 5K. But I'm also using common sense. You know, I'm never running with a smell. I don't play them that loud. So when you say is it enough, can I really answer that for you? I don't know what your output level is. I don't know what your output listening level is. I don't like to do questions that I see a lot. I don't like to do questions where there's no way really for me to answer that question for you. Text like the chat. Hey Raymond, got my box yet, and I'm going to say in my little Johnny Gill voice is my, unbelievable. Videos coming. That's that for Solo Xbox, right? 4 in a row. I'm glad you like it, man. Very, very glad you like it. From the UK. Oh man, what's happening, man? Banger Passion. What's up, man? What's up, T? Yeah, it's a question here. Let me see some. Tyson. Yeah. You finna ship your box out here tomorrow. You should get that wrapped up and shipped out here tomorrow, man. Be on his way to you. Hopefully by Saturday, you should have it. Dwayne, thank you, man. Bless you and your family as well. Oh man, y'all got some crazy names, YouTube names. Hey, you know, Kip told me what that one native, what's the dude? Native? I did not know Nate. It just came to my mind. That's kind of interesting how he spelled his name with numbers. I need a 3-to-1. I need a 315 sub box for a ZV56 for a Crown Victoria back seat. Message me if you really want it, or if you just want people to hear you say it here. Message me. The numbers on every video. In fact, the numbers on the intro to every video. It's always interesting to me when people ask me, how do we get in contact with you? I subscribe to your channel. And it's in the intro to the video. I'm still befuddled by that. I'm befuddled by that. And then people say stuff like this, y'all, and then I don't get no message on the phone. So sometimes it be like how people do things on Facebook. I tell y'all on Facebook, for those who really, really mess with me, sometimes people be saying stuff, they ain't got no system. They just want to, this is 5 seconds of fame, 15 seconds of fame, something like that. They have no intention. They just want to be a part of something, I guess. I'm glad you like watching the videos, man. I hope you're learning something that you can use. That's about it, man. I'm just sharing my little bitty knowledge, for ported boxes, sealed boxes. And now I am interested in passive radiators. Without going any further, sometimes you do find good nuggets on Facebook. So the idea I have with this passive radiator box is I want Kicker to make me a passive radiator or offer a passive radiator that I can purchase. Like he do with the other rounds, but I want a square one for the. Heck, I like to have a square one for the Q class and for the solo. Bring that back. If a passive radiator works in very ingenious ways, and I'm finna start studying and researching them more, because I have two subs in one Q box net after displacement of the subs. The passive radiator itself actually is increasing the volume. Probably 1.04, I believe, because it's not actually taking up space. And I use my thick baffle just to make the enclosure very structurally sound. But there's a guy named Alex who I didn't build a box for. I'm sorry. I sold him a Solo X8, and his name was Alex Harris, I believe. Let me see. I want to make sure I got his name right. And what he did, it was very, very interesting, is he took a round 12-inch passive radiator from Dayton Audio, which has, I think he said 100 millimeter on the Facebook post. He commented me and said, "Oh, shots out to me." I guess shots out because he was saying put a passive radiator with a Solo X. Passive radiator was in effect. Because I get enough, so I don't want people saying that, hey, I didn't invent nothing, didn't make it up. People been putting passive radiators on stuff. It's just that no one of any merit has really given that much exposure for whatever reasons. I'm giving them exposures on my channel because I want Kicker to make one for the Solo X. But anyway, he took a round one, I think a 12-inch, and put on a Solo X in a 1Q box, and he was able to do 135.7 dB at 31 hertz in a kick. And I believe he only has an 1800 watt amp. And I'm impressed. When I seen that, I said, and he's local. He's local. I haven't heard it. I just watched the video. And he was doing that on music. And it's a BMW X5 M series. So it's a fast sports cars. And I was impressed. And I guess the idea came to him for me. And if you look at the box he had in there first, it's actually wider. The box he has in there now is shorter. It's taller to accommodate the 12-inch passive radiator, but it's shorter. My thing is that we can make Kicker to make a passive radiator for the Solo X, then he could bring that height down. It could be like a little cube. I wonder what it would do then. Alex, I seen that and I was impressed. It makes me now take back what I said, but I think over 1 or 2 years ago, I said I'm not interested in messing passive radiators. I'm gonna take that back here. I'm gonna say, I'm very interested from what I'm hearing. Not so much. Well, he's got me say, okay, it's a potential for it to get output. One doing a 135. One. 135.7. They're hitting before they see you. It's a single 8. When I see the Facebook post, I noticed, but it's not interesting. It's not surprising to me that people on Facebook are not really showing it that much interest. Let me see. Let's see if I can get it here. Yeah, it is. His name is Alexander Harris. It's on the Kicker Club video. Okay. And he right, my focus been this week. And this is what he did. That is, let me see if I can, so y'all can see that. Let's look at that. Now, aesthetically, it's not pleasing to the eye. That's it's not pleasing to the eye. So I tab Kip did it. Kip, and I wish I could see who. Let me see. Actually, see. Let me see if Kip and several other people said thumbs up, and I would like to see Kip, Madeline. I want to see Alexander. Okay, I want to see Steve like it. I want to see Steve Irby like it. That's gonna be the green light because those are probably held company. So Steve and Kip, if Kip can present it, Steve, and Steve will tell the engineers to do it, or however they do it up there. I don't know, but I'm interested in that too. I mean, 135 dB, you get a ticket at 130 dB. If you get a ticket at 130, and he's taking a single inside of a mid-size SUV and obtaining 135 dB on one 1800 watt amp with that radiator. If you're not impressed by that on music, he's not burping it either. He's doing music, and it's at 31 hertz. So the whole premise behind what I'm talking about is big bass, small space. That's now I have to start looking into these passive radiators. Now with round, so what was my next project for me, further exploring this passive radiator idea, is to take my B2 Audio XM8s and build and I actually got the wood and everything set up. Got the box, bought the wood today, and get 2 of those Parts Express Dayton Audio because my X Max on those is 12. So I on those 8s are 12. So I get passive radiator can do 24, 30 millimeters. I'll be fine. Same type design I'm doing here. It's small. So now I'm gonna ask Jay. Let me see if Jay want to look at something like that. Because I have 2 of them here. I would have used my 608Fs, but I recently sold them today. Roy Bardwell, your stuff is coming to you. So I'm interested. I'm severely interested in seeing, for those who want whatever output you can get, for those people who cannot fit a very large ported box, the vehicles I told you about, that's going to be an option. So I hope I start the conversation throughout whatever social media forum you watch, TikTok, Facebook, or whatever. People start talking about passive radiators. Other people start talking about it, exploding too. I don't think they're getting the credit they deserve. So for a while now, I'm gonna start, taking my take on it and see what people say, because that was amazing. A single doing 135. Now it's not aesthetically pleasing like I showed you. I want a square. I need a square passive radiator. I don't want to put a square sub with a round passive radiator. I'm asinine like that. No, I can't do it. ADID, I guess. Everybody needs a box. You really need a box. Numbers on the intro to every video. And the numbers in the video in every description. So when y'all say y'all need a box here, pretty much not finna start putting that up there, because I think they just saying, beginning to think people just saying this, because there's no way you guys getting the number. It's no way. Memby, which on-load do you feel has performed the best in your truck with the solos? I would do my own test, but I want to get your opinion. The 2-on sounds better than the 1. I mean, I'm never going to take that. The 1 is probably going to give you the greatest output, but the 2 sounds better. I've been busy building boxes, so maybe tomorrow, day I ship, those 2 days, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I do another meter testing. Then what's in there now, I'm in a 2-on load. So We're gonna see what they do. But to me, two sounds better than one. So when you say performance, I'm always looking for how it sounds first, and then we'll see how loud it can get at that. Because I ride around most time with my stuff. I don't really ride around disturbing the peace like that. I really don't. I just ride pretty low, and I like to enjoy my music. What's up, Aaron Lucky? MB, how important is side port? Is side port facing? It's very, very efficient. Not output. It's very, very. How important is side port spacing? The space between the port and the vehicle wall, and how much space do you recommend? Whatever the width of the port is, or whatever the diameter of the port is, that is the space you need to keep away from any loading wall for musicality. For SPL purposes, sometimes if the port's 4 inches, they'll put it 2 inches away, so they can throw a considerably more amount of power to it and increase the SPL score. But for musicality, if you have an 8-inch diameter port, be 8 inches away from the load wall. 4-inch diameter port, be 4 inches away. 6-inch diameter port, 6 inches away. Now, not the height of your slot port. On the slot port is the width. So if you have a port that's 2 inches, 2 inches away. 4 inches, 4 inches away. The reason why is so your port can, your impedance will be low, and you'll get more of the domino effect, more molecules being affected if you leave the port uninhibited, unrestricted to the surrounding air, so you can get your output you're looking for. What? Bangla Passion is in Bangladesh. That's cool. That's cool. Fred P. What's up, Fred P? Glad you changed that name. Hey, MB, I've seen 210s cross 2 8s today. You should have seen that guy with the mega cat. You ain't seen that? Run your butt on over here. Run your butt on over here. Run your butt. Them solos waiting on you. Them solos waiting on you. No, I got 2 sets. I got a D1 set and I got a D2 set. If by chance you get past this D2 set, if. But I told you, I keep something. I ain't gonna never let nobody know what all I can really do with them. You got to. Especially when you're up here with all these people looking at you. Man, how many subscribers I got now? That's wild. I didn't even look. Other than I know I was pretty close to 60. Whoa! 60,026. Wow. Whoa. Now, how many videos did how many videos did that look at the content here. How many views did that kicker say? 7,000? That's good. That's 700. They're gonna take 10% of that. That's 700 potential buys. That's good. That's good. Answer this question. What's wait time on the box? It normally stay between 4 to 5 weeks. At the most 6, but 4 to 5 weeks, I pretty much stay there. You don't hear nobody coming to feed saying they never got a box, right? So it stays there. It stays around about 4 to 5 weeks. I stay in demand, man. Stay in demand. Mainly because people hear them. Some people be on the fence, because I have a lot of naysayers. But honestly, Joby, I just be about people who don't have the time, don't have the tools, or don't have the technical know-how. If you have one of those three or any of those three, I'll build you a box. My box price and my bot price, I'm under some people. It may be higher than other people. I hate that. But what I'm gonna charge, my work is what I'm gonna charge. It ain't up for debate. It's above people pay grade or whatever. Hey, they can do it themselves or give them somewhere else. At the end, I'm not upset. There's 360 million people in America. It'd be like, I feel like Walmart and McDonald's. If you don't get a burger from me or shop here, they're gonna I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I have a 04 extended cab, Silverado. Ooh. I have that hump in the middle of the floor on the seat. I have the RNX to 1000D. What setup should I run the ported box? I don't know. I don't do nothing for that truck. I don't do nothing for that truck. Humps are too large, entirely too large. So I don't do nothing for under the seat. Nothing at all. Nope. I'm thinking a Scar Evo 12 would be almost the same cone area as 2.8. So I'm thinking it would be a great and extended cab as far as base waves forming inside the cab. Well, you're going to be phasing that up. I think you'd be extending cab 112. I concur. I concur. Roy Barber, you're on the list. I'm as soon as I finish this live before the end of the night about tomorrow, I already shipped your subs out, sir. The 608Fs are on their way to you, sir. They're on the way to you. US, you all online for the box. Appreciate your support. What's this? I make boxes here in the UK for people, but not on your level. What do you mean? I mean, I think we all. I don't make number ported and sealed boxes. I'm not comfortable selling fourth and sixth orders. I want to make sure anything I say, I don't want to fall into the some of these so-called box designers are falling into, and I'm seeing on social media. Whenever I say social media, I'm always saying Facebook. You know, some people saying they selling designs, they actually selling other people's designs. It's a lot of BS going on. But before I offer that, I want to make sure I have mastered that fully. I don't think I have. As far as the ported box, yes, ported box, sealed boxes. Yes, I got a good knowledge from someone I done personally ran, heard, and then build miles people and then getting feedback. And these boxes I build get better and better at it. 2 amps to 1 sub. Use the ZBL links to make sure the gain match. DD. I'm fixing to run 2 ARC audio apps. Yeah, 360 and 1 on and 4 on bridge, 1 for each core. Anything I should look for? Yeah, get you a DD ZBL link and go for it. This question here, I build boxes, so you could. I don't want you to try to push anybody else's box on my channel. I have no opinion on what that man does, his price, all his performance or enclosures. He don't say nothing about me. I'm not gonna say nothing about him. But that's choose where you want to get the box from. Then you need to do that there. This is your warning. We don't promote other people's boxes on this feed. I think it's very disrespectful. What stuff would you recommend for a box? 30 by these kind of questions I answer. It's box builder. 30 half wide, 15 tall, and 29 and a half deep. With a so I just go with 4.8. Let's go 4.8 net. You could put 2 depending on this, you got 4.8 net, and you said what 13 wide port tuned to 32 hertz. That's what I recommend. Well, looking at the box volume, which is all I'm gonna look at, you're gonna have to go under 12s because most 12s need to wind up. Well, you saying see, I can't answer that question really because some subwoofers have a big displacement, some have a small displacement. But if you got 4.8 after the sub with a displacement like 0.2 each, then 4.8 is good for 12s. You can run 2 12s, depending on 0.2, 0.2 is 0.4. If you had 10s that got a displacement around 0.1 to 0.13, or 0.13, even 0.15, because 0.15 times 4 would be 0.6, which you take that down to 4.2. You can run 4 10s. And if it's going inside, and now the 212 option would be the cheapest, because I'm always looking for high performance 10, so I'm not looking for the budget 10. But you could, depend on which subs you buy. Because I can only just tell you the sub size. But 4.8 net, let's see, 72 square inches. What's that? What's that? 4, 5 times 15, 8, 13 is what? 65? 5, what's that? Let me look at that. Yeah. I'm thinking 212. I mean, it's hard to answer that question too, man. Generalized question. I just go by box value. Maybe be a little bit more specific. Times 5. Let's see, 7 square inches of port area divided by 4.8. And that's on display for 14. Oh man, 14, that's about average. 212s, 410s. Depending on what H you want to run, but 212s probably be 115, 212s, 410s. There's a variety of stuff. But it's all going to depend on, now if it's 4.8. See, here's the thing with your question. The box will only be tuned to 32 after you put the subs in, because the displacement of the subs could drastically change that. Let's say you put in two DD. Let's say you put in two DD 9912s in there. That's a cube gone. Now you're 3.8. Displacing them jokers 0.4. And there's some subwoofers out there that's even bigger than that. So put your price in there, how much you want to pay. No, I don't sell designs. No, sir. I don't sell designs. Oh, Jamaica. What's up, Jamaica? What's up, man? What's up, Brethren? What's up? Hey, MB, bro, MB. Since you try and pass the radiators, you might as well try isobarics and fourth orders. Nah. Because isobarics will keep the box small, but most of these drivers, there's no need to run them isobaric. I mean, the kicker solar barric took care of that problem. You don't, no reason to run isobaric. Fourth orders, especially not to run fourth orders. Fourth orders are going to be bigger than the ported box. The title says big base in small space. That's why I'm interested to pass a radiator, because you can build a box that's the volume of the optimum volume of the sub, and all the pass radiator is a port. You change the tune on the port by adding mass. As long as it has the right X max, you can change the tuning with just by adding mass. That's what I did with the Q class radiator. I added mass. Watch the video I should release tomorrow, where I show you, because I have built the single. I have two pairs of Solo X's, and I have a single. The singles for me to just play with, doing different things, see what it do. So the single I am going to put in this box. Hold on, stay right there. I still got a bed liner, but this is the single. And it is the same dimensions roughly as the one there. It's 1 cube. It's 1 cube, and I'm gonna use both my square radiators. Now I could put a 1 circle radio up top, like Alex did, but the whole push and drive, what I'm doing it for is to get Kicker to make one. And I know that I'm gonna make a round passive radiator for a square driver. So I'm gonna keep working with these drivers, these square radiators, and just showing what's possible. Alex, thank you for your video and your post. I hope it gets 1,000 views so people can see. That is truly amazing. A 135 and 31 hertz on music off a single 8. Real time. I like that. I like that. I only build ported boxes and seal. I'm not gonna mess with fourth orders. I'm definitely not mess with isobarics. And most of these subwoofers today do not need to be put in isobaric alignment for two reasons. Why would you buy two subwoofers and only get the output of one? Makes no sense. Fourth orders is I'm primary for big base, small space. Like I said, fourth orders are big boxes. And I believe fourth orders need to be used for competition. SUVs. I don't believe in fourth orders in cars and trucks. I don't believe that. That's that social media Facebook nonsense. I believe in functionality of the vehicle. I'm telling you, I'm not a base head. I'm a music lover. I'm an educated consumer. Most of my subscribers, my subscriber count, they're watching because they eventually gonna get a box from me and they're gonna keep the performance of their vehicle. They're not into taking out seats, putting batteries, and we're not doing none of that. I have a lot of high-end customers, A6s, Beamer. Customers just want to put a porta box in and sound good. That's why they're very interested in that passive radiator box, because they don't want to. They're in a certain age demographic where they want to have it, but they want to keep the vehicle functional. You looking for them Facebook guys? That's not me, Fly Job. That's not me. What's the significance and port on the under seat box facing the door as opposed to facing forward? Well, if you know anything about ports, the cross section of the port must stay the same throughout its entire length, and the length is for your tuning. So if you take a port and face it to the front, any port, if you know anything about a trunk enclosure, it's a wedge, the back, and then the angle. If the port's on the back of the box, as soon as it makes the 90 and turns go forward, your cross-section area is not changing. It's following the wedge shape. So two things it's going to do. Your tuning is going to stop right at the bend. Now you got a different tuning. That tuning is not low. That's why these prefab boxes don't work. The cross-section area of your port, no matter what shape it is, must stay the same throughout the length for desired tuning. Everything else just looks slick. Also, if you put it in a port in the middle of the box, now you just added two pieces of wood in the box. You're already limited on space. So now you got a piece of wood on one side and a piece of wood on the other side. You got two pieces of wood. That's taking that volume out of the box. And then the air inside the port is taking away volume from the box, so that you wind up putting, say, 4/8 in a very, very small box, which can lead to what? A subwoofer subscription. What's a subwoofer subscription, MB? Is when you buy a subwoofer and they tell you to put in these, well, they let you put in these boxes you see 4, 6, 8 on the seat of a truck. And then when the woofers keep blowing or don't play, when you try to make them play low, they won't go low. And you keep blowing and popping and reconing them. Reconing now is a cultural thing in bass now. Everyone likes to say, hey, I got to buy a recon and get a recon. That's become a fad, a cultural fad. Those of us that measure sense realize, so now you bought the subwoofer for one price. You must have ran in correctly, because the only way you should be recon if you slipped and put the screw in there. But now you run incorrectly. Either you ran incorrectly and you clipped it, or the subwoofer's not made to last forever. DD, no offer, no recon. Send it back if you want a recon. Kicker just now got into this recon thing with their competition subs. Pioneer, all the big boys, they wasn't doing J Audio. They don't offer. Why? Because if you run the woofer correctly, a woofer's not designed to fail. But with the subwoofer subscription companies, they sell you woofers that designed to fail, so they can sell it to you for full price, and then they sell you recon, and then you get tired of it. You send it back in for warranty claim. They sell it refurbished to somebody else. That's called a subwoofer subscription. They can make off one platform. They can get at least 3 sales on it at close to retail value. except for the recall. So that's why the difference between facing the port to the front, to the side, I'm trying to keep you air inside the box and give you the desired toning. That's why if you get a box me with American-based Godzilla sub, the design is pretty much the same. Yes, sub facing forward. What I'm messing with is the port. Some of them can take 16, some of them can take 14, some of them like the Solo X can go all over to 18. So I'm changing the port. Now watch my science videos, and so you'll see that I'm not actually just, I'm giving you something for a price point. Now there's other people that give you stuff at a price point. You know, they put GMC signs, Sierra lights, and all this stuff there. And when you literally look at it, once you finish putting all this stuff on the box, and you making the box go under so it won't protrude out into the seat. If I wouldn't have that still, would I have that air inside the box? Yeah. It ain't base made by air. Base is made by the rarefied compression of air. Now I get there's a market for that because some people that really don't listen to music. Some people actually just want to showboat. It's a showboating thing. Here on this channel, I want you to listen to music because that's the only I'm gonna build your box. I've seen and heard, I'm gonna put 410s on my truck. Go ahead, I ain't gonna do it for you. You can't get 4 cubes net. Okay, not in the ported box, so I'm not gonna do it. You won't say you won't call the manufacturer because the manufacturers know this. When they see it's funny when they like some of these posts because they know you're gonna be sending the sub in, they got a way of backing up out of it. Let me get the dimensions. Let me get the dimensions on the enclosure, and then when you give it to them, they say, you put it in the box too small. So for those reasons, we're not gonna honor your warranty claim. That's why I tell everybody check my box. Because when you tell the manufacturer you put the sub in this and you give them dimensions, they can't say, well, it's the box. The box wasn't the problem, bro. The box wasn't the problem. Your subwoofer had a mechanical failure because this is within specs. That's when people say, man, MB just build boxes within specs. I build ported boxes within specs. The manufacturers, any reputable manufacturer should know the volumes they subwoofer can play in. There's no need for me to do anything other than that. If we would do anything other than that, then you see why some of these so-called designers be getting attacked on social media. Hey, he sold me this messed up design, this, that. Yeah, because they just pull the numbers out their ass. You ask me. Yeah. What's up, Count A Bill? TB. Pass Raiders were used some in the late 80s and 90s, but the ones being made were more of an entry-level sub. Not the performance quality like a Q-Class Solo X. Your idea is a great option. Thank you, man. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the green. I got the green light on the Solo X, so it's still up in the air. And I ain't gonna say it's still up in there. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'll find out sooner or later. I'm scared to ask right now if it's a go, because I know they still looking at it, still doing the metrics on it. But when I see Alex Harris doing what he's doing, I offer anybody else, particularly those of you on social media, man, look into him. Look into him. What he doing with a single, we just need high performance passive radiators. He had to get a 12 to match the X Max of a 8. Solo X8. Statically ain't freezing, but the output and the score is what it is. His box size in the ported was significantly deeper and wider than the little box he got in there now, which is great for him because he fits fixed tanks here in Metro Atlanta. So I'm pretty sure that pass rated box will stay in there. The only way it's going to change is when if they come out with a pass rated for the Solo X, he's going to put that in there. I think he's done because he's hearing what I'm hearing, and like I showed y'all, they sound good, man. They sound good, man. Hey, John Graves. Oh no, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, John. Was that the brother who said that? But nah, you didn't have to do it. I appreciate it, man. But I thank you for showing into me, man. That's my little brother. He know what time it is. You know what time it is. He gonna run up and get done up. He gonna run up and get done up. Now Fred coming with he got a box with two DC audio XL10s. Great albums from under the seat of a truck. He got that on the seat of a Ram. If you have a fifth gen GMC, that's a great option. They can play in 2 cubes. Even after displacement of the drivers, I can get you 2 cubes net. And he's got his, I think, in 2.2 per rusted. He said he can go up to 1.1. Yeah, he said 1.1. So we put in 2.2, which ain't no difference between two. For real, for real. And one of them wasn't working for whatever reason. And he did a 143 point something at 28 hertz on music. So now he got both of them running. Where things happen. Now he's finna soon have both of them working in his truck. And he's gonna come over here and y'all gonna see it on the channel. He's right here in Alabama. I think he's 2 hours away. And I told him, just come on, run your butt on up here. I'm gonna put these solo X's on. Cause I always keep something in the deck. And let y'all know everything. Y'all know about the 142.6, don't you? It scares some people. I'm always gonna keep something on deck, on hand. Fate bought me tears. And that what it say? Fate bought me here. How much of a performance boost would I get from using Kicker preloaded solar berry box versus yours? The tuning will be to your choice if you get a box from me. And the box volume be more toward the larger side instead of the compact recommendation. So you should have greater performance. Kicker even recommends that you want more performance from their box. If you call them, they say get you a custom box built. They offer the option, and I offer the option, and others offer the option as well. Yes, you can put 2 of them in the 5th gen round. You like Sundown and Antonio? That's great, man. Nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with that. Is a home enclosure worth the exercise and space they take up? That's for you to answer. That's for you to answer. But that's what they do. They take up exercise and space, yes. But they project sound. Different from reverb. They don't work on the Helmholtz resonator principle. But that's for you to decide. Well, that's great, brother. Oh man, y'all finna start that. The new manufacturers like that. They like that. We send their kids to college. 5 sundown. And we'll see. I'll go with the sun. I'll go with the 5 over the sundown. Me too. Me too. Particularly when you get to them Neo and MT5 is just not heavily marketed on social media as Sundown was. So but yeah, I'm responding to TC comment. I really take the 5 audio sub. American based subs disprove the theory that you wake up tomorrow. Because when you buy American based sub, you buying somebody's old tech. Except for the Godzilla line. It's Godzilla line is his first foray into his own subs. The Godzilla 8, Godzilla 12. I don't think it has a 10, a 15, 18, but all the rest of them are old tech that other people leave. So it's a budget performer. They're great stuff because he buying stuff that already works. A lot of DD stuff. Marco, when y'all tell me these songs y'all want me to listen to, it's got some crazy lyrics. I ain't a lot of stuff I ain't gonna listen to, man. I ain't gonna tell you. A lot of stuff I ain't gonna listen to. Especially a lot of this hip hop coming out today. I ain't gonna listen to it. Most of these guys are homosexuals. And I'm not a homosexual. Oh, I got myself in trouble again. I just did. I shouldn't have said that on the channel. They gonna get mad. But a lot of this stuff I just can't listen to because I don't agree with their lifestyle. I be listening to their lyrics, what they say. So some of the stuff they say I don't agree with, so I'm not gonna be sitting there bobbing my head to it. So just be careful. I really mean, please listen responsibly. Oh yeah, I wish them incriminated audio. They not going. They trying to see. Here's the thing. Why y'all all screaming Sundown? Sundown said, "Fuck the dealers." Jacob and the boy Kevin with Scar. That's what Scar did even worse. That's why it's always on sale, and he'll never come out with nothing new. Stuff been on sale since 2014 or 2013. Uh, so Sundown did the same thing. They went straight to consumers, and that's why everybody was able to scream their name performance. But if you really sit back and look at the company, they're not doing nothing no different than nobody else is doing. They're not. Good business plan though. They got a subwoofer in every category, in every price point. They got from $100 all the way up to 1,000. They making sure they can get your money some kind of way. Whereas companies like DD and Kicker, they make good and better. They make good, better, best. That's it. You know, if you can put if you can put 1,000 watts on this drive, you put 1,500 watts on the drive too. So, but others they increase the power rating and increase their lines, and so they got a woofer for every price point. That's it. Not every performance level, every price point. And then some companies selling you subwoofer subscriptions, and them the most of the ones that sell y'all them damn recons for. I hear you, Fred. Alan J. What box orientation do you think is better for the trunk? Port and subs facing the cab, or port and subs facing the trunk? I've been facing them forward. Most trunk setups facing to the back. It's gonna give you a greater reverb and drop your tuning. If you're facing toward the seat, facing towards you, seal off the so your reverb won't go back to the truck and cancel out some of your waves. Seal it off. But if you're not sealing off, face it to the back so you get just that one reverb hitting there and falling back straight up to your ear. That's what I like to hear, and that's been pretty much accepted by. Say yeah, that is the best. It has been proven in most vehicles. It tends to mirror the best when you face it to the back, and particularly go lower. What size box will you need to put two 8-inch solo in a seal box? I got 2.5. You going, baby girl? Oh man, I spend time. Oh man, y'all got me, man. I miss my dog. Go ahead. Go. I want you to get home for the sun go there. Down right there. Down right there. You came over and took you a nap, huh? Yeah. Grandma. All right, see you later. That's my daughter-in-law right there. I love her to death, man. I love her to death. Mm. Going home with my boy. TC. Man, a lot of questions popped up. Let me see if I can get this thread right here. Ooh, good. All these questions put up. Good Lord. The DC audio take over. I'll pay a seal box to pass the radiator, but most of the time I want more output than what a seal box can give me. Tyler fam, what score do you protect? I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do no score predictions. All right, I don't do none of that. That people be talking outside and you'll see when you get it. Tyler, I don't do that. I'm thinking about making a single 12 sub box to replace my old dual MTX jackhammer. Ooh. Do you think a new 12 on the same system can be as loud? Hmm. Can't answer that question. That's one of them we can be here all day questions. I don't answer stuff like that. I think I answered this question about American base subs. What? Ooh, I seen something say something about a Draco with a 6-inch port. Let me see. What do you think about Oh, I'm Barry finna die. What do you think about a Draco with a 6-inch area port? Draco is just 3 surfaces. Most time 4 subs. It can be done with 2 subs. It all depends, man. All the Draco means to me is just a catchy word I came up with. Just added reverb surface. Draco means they shoot you with multiple bullets, and it's the name of a gun that can shoot multiple bullets. So I'm gonna give you multiple reverb surfaces. So uh, it all depends on how you want your filming to be. Yeah, American Base is in the gang, brother. Yeah, they got a new video list. Tyler, yeah, the Godzilla made a 140, man. The Godzilla, that's just Bob Sub. He did that. He did that. He copied a lot of people doing it, but hey, it works. It's a king. The Godzilla sub did attain the 140. So it is in the gang. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh, I installed a new amp. You could have a defective one. I mean, everyone has defective amps from time to time. Uh, Everybody has a defective. You might just have a defective one. Call Sundown, see what they tell you. I warned it out. What are your thoughts on the Fox Acoustic Ram 50? What about the 2 Scar SVR 10 sub? Oh, I'm not gonna talk about no other manufacturers. But if you like it, if you don't like it, I'll let me. If you like it, I don't. I don't ask people. Let me explain something to you. The squad boy tell you right up on that. I'm a box builder. I try to respect everybody in the industry. I have not got on here and said nothing bad about nobody else's box. I hope they don't say nothing bad about mine. Some people do. I seen a guy on Facebook say I don't know what I'm talking about when I say you can't put 410s on the truck or seat. And all I did was did like I do all the rest of my haters. You do the math. Take away displacement subs. Add because the guy said MB don't know how to build. He doesn't know how to build it. I can get 12s on the seat if I wanted to. I'm talking about is the airspace right? So once you educate the consumer and you take the measurements, you'll see that a lot of things that people do shouldn't be done. They just do it because they're trying to sell you something. I'm trying to give you something for a price point. So it's when it comes to talk about what do I think about other, I'm not going to tell you what I think about it. If you, for whatever reason, want to try me out, if you're unhappy with it, that's on you. I'm not going to critique it, look at it. People try to, man, look at this. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. One guy called me the other day, and at the end of the conversation, he said, all this respect. He said, man, I want to see this guy building this box, so I'm only seeing it. I said, man, trust the guy you had build the box. Why you asking me? Well, I want to say, no, I'm first of all, I ain't God. I'm not going to check. You decide to go with him to build your box. You need to call your box because he's watched something I said. You need to go with the guy that you want to have build your box. You need to question him. One thing nobody here gonna get me to do, get me to say anything where they can put me on social media and say, yeah, what's the name said this about your box? MB said this about this. MB ain't said nothing other than you need to go talk to the person who had built your box. I don't do that. I don't have to tell nobody else down to sell a box. I'm not into that. That's one thing the algorithm gonna get from me. I'm not into the throwing rocks, the negativity, and I'm not into none of that. I don't do that. Excuse me, Lord. To me, that's some bitch shit. That's some female shit. I don't do that. I just do me. That's it. So you don't ever ask me an opinion on somebody else's work. You make a decision. You decide what you think. How it sounds to you. Go who you gonna go with. Hey, y'all be blessed. I'm out here, man.